Hey everyone out there in the land of YouTube, this is Annette Dion. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network, and I'm coming to you from Maine. And I had some Wi-Fi issues last night, which I thought got fixed, and then apparently they didn't, and Mercury is retrograde, so it kind of makes a little bit of sense, or at least I can blame it on that. But I wanted to just check in with you, and I'll upload this video and then see if I can also come back tomorrow on Wednesday to see if we can resume our lives. But I do want to remind everybody that it is Tuesday and May 9th, and we have 20 on Tuesdays every week where we get together and meditate for a healed America, and there's lots of things in America that need healing for sure. So it's a little cool in Maine today, but it's going to warm up the next couple of days, and I get to get in some beach time. It's early in the season, but you know, we catch the warmth when we can, the month of May. I'm going to start with a little bit of a read on the E. Jean Carroll case, because the jury is deciding right now whether to say he's guilty of raping E. Jean Carroll. And the fact that this man is running for president of the United States, and that people, that there are some people in our population who think they want him to be president, can we just say misogynist? I mean, seriously, if people have like daughters and, you know, fathers of daughters and they want that for president, I don't think so. So I don't know what they're thinking. I'm going to pick 3 cards about that trial, and it's a civil case, so he'll end up paying her money. I do have my pendulum. I did find it. Is the amount that E. Jean Carroll is looking for, is it above 200 million? It's not above 200 million. Okay. I got before that it was around that. Maybe I'm getting what it's going to end up being. Is it 175 million? No. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. E. Jean Carroll's not doing this for the money. She's doing this to save her name. So let me ask this. Is E. Jean Carroll going to get a settlement? She will get a settlement. She'll definitely get a settlement. So we're going to choose 3 cards about that. I really was so disappointed I couldn't come back on last night. I found out it was the service was completely down. They had to send the guy out to fix whatever they were fixing, and got a new password and everything, and lo and behold, I still couldn't go live. So I think it's me. I think it's me. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles indicates E. Jean Carroll absolutely wins this defamation case quickly. The jury will come to a verdict quickly. They are definitely on her side. The jury's definitely on E. Jean Carroll's side, and this is a win for women. This is a win for women. So, and the fact that this is a 6 actually indicates to me that there's something about this case, this E. Jean Carroll case, that reflects so poorly on Trump's character, if you could consider him as anyone with any semblance of character. You could see that the January 6th investigations, this, even though it's not about this, it's about the rape case, it definitely does kind of flavor, you know, the whole January 6th investigations, all that. It definitely has an influence on future investigations, and, you know, investigations that are currently underway for Donald J. Trump. It's Interesting. Let's ask the pendulum if they'll reach a verdict today. Will they reach a verdict today? Yeah, I'm feeling like by the time Nicole Wallace is on, she's on at 4 on MSNBC. By that time, I feel like the news will be. Will it be during the 4 o'clock news that we hear? Will it be before the 4 o'clock news that we'll hear what the jury has decided? Will it be before? It will be before 4 o'clock. Okay, so Tuesday, May 9th, 2023. You heard it here. I didn't bring my tea leaves, my teacup, but you know, you can't think of everything. I'm a short walk from the beach. I'm about to get outside, but it was kind of chilly here last night. So it's always nice to get away, though. Let's take a look at what Trump's energy is doing right now, because we're curious. What's his energy? Oh, wow. Interesting. The guides are showing me Trump's energy is like he's kind of mentally fallen off a cliff, is the guidance that comes in. Trump has mentally fallen off a cliff. I mean, I'm really getting the sense that he's kind of lost it. So we'll see what the cards say. Has he in fact lost his mind? He's going to try not to pay this. I think I've told you that before. I think I've seen that before, that Trump's going to try not to pay this. He's going to get someone else to pay it. That doesn't even make any sense to me. The World card comes up. He's not going to pay it himself. Trump is going to pay the damages to E. Jean Carroll, not himself. He's going to find another source of the income to pay her. And remember I said that he would delay paying her and delay paying her and delay paying her. And actually, I'm getting this really strong sense about Trump that he actually feels like he should be able to do whatever he wants to a woman, as if that's his kind of like God-given birthright. It's disgusting. Is Trump going to appeal to another country for money to pay this? Is he going to appeal to another country? No, that's not it. Like, I was thinking the Saudis. Is Trump going to solely appeal to is he solely going to grift off this to pay the amount due? Is he not solely? Okay. Is he going to somewhat grift to pay this amount? Yes, he will definitely grift, but it's not going to be all of it. Well, where else could he get money from? Is Trump going to sell some properties to deal with this? Nope, I'm not getting that either. The plot thickens. Okay, let's see. Let's look a little further. I'm going to switch to the Witch's Tarot. Just read further on that. I do pick up, so just to do a little recap. E. Jean Carroll wins this. Trump feels like he should be able to do sexual assault. I'm not picking up any sense whatsoever that he feels like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Nada, nothing, zip, zero. Trump has no remorse whatsoever. I even feel like he doesn't even have regrets that he was caught and is being held accountable. I actually feel like it's not that he doesn't agree inwardly that he sexually assaulted her and raped her. It's not that he's saying it didn't happen in his head. What he's saying in his head is, I should be able to do that. Like a dictator. Like a dictator. I mean, you think about what dictators... Well, don't think about it. They just can do whatever they want. We'll put it that way. All right. And now the lawn guy has arrived, so I'm going to talk loud. You know, persistence. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take a look at what happens after this. What happens after the E. Jean Carroll case is won by E. Jean Carroll. Maybe he's not coming to this lawn. This lawn looks okay. It's nice here. It's nice to see the green grass growing. Okay. All right, so after E. Jean Carroll wins, what direction does Trump go? I keep getting the Lovers. Interesting. What he's going to do is continue to attack the women. Okay, what this does for Trump, E. Jean Carroll is going to win this case. And what this does for Trump is it actually causes him to amp up the misogyny and to go after women, the other women who have accused him for no win, they didn't gain anything from that. The other women who he assaulted, he's going to go after and defame them. He's going to do the best that he can to defame them. And so, and there's some powerful women, and there are women who haven't spoken out. What he's going to do is kind of like present this sort of threat of destroying any women, any other women that come forward. You know, there are 26 that accused him of sexually assaulting them. And the Lover card is indicative of, actually, I'm feeling like this is women coming together. Even though it's a Lover card, it just has a certain energy about it that's about merging and coming together. So there will be a strengthening of women. The more he slanders women and just promotes this misogynist, awful, you know, kind of opinion of women, the women get stronger and they truly unite. I honestly can't believe this. It's like there's a conspiracy against me doing a video. I'm sorry, I'm persisting. I'm just gonna keep going. Maybe he can see that I'm recording. I don't know. So the women that Trump is going to start highlighting his attacks on females, and he's going to try to grift off of that. And even though he tries to grift off it, what ends up happening is, oh, well, he will grift off it somewhat. But the women are going to unite to become stronger. The Harvey Weinstein case comes to mind when I think about that. And the Me Too movement. You know, the more it came out, the more the women united and became empowered as a unit. So, my moon is in Taurus. I'm a persistent little bugger. We keep going. We plow through. We forge ahead. I'm going to take this opportunity to say to my viewers, I noticed that I have had 0 new subscribers because I got kind of the breakdown in an email, and I have I'm sort of assessing while I'm away right now what I need to do to up my popularity. And one of the things I need to do is ask you to please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And in a little bit, I'll just give you a little synopsis of what I'm up to that you could sign on for. But please subscribe and please hit the thumbs up if you can. I am so dedicated to being here for you, and I don't really ask for anything. If you want to donate, that's great. This is how I make my living, doing readings and teaching. So just wanted to say that as I think about how much I put up with to just come to you because I want to. This is craziness. Let's take a look at the Trump family and how they're all doing in the midst of all this craziness. He's over there now. In the midst of all the craziness with the Trump, just the whole family, you know, kind of in peril right now. How are they doing? The hermit, the Trump kids, the Trump adult children are feeling pretty isolated. This is a hermit card. They're feeling like what I sense with, you know, Don Jr. and Eric and Ivanka is that they usually are able to appeal to people to be, you know, hang out with us. We're Trumps. You know, they don't get that anymore. Not the way they used to. And justice, the justice card is coming. Justice is coming down on the Trump adult children. So this is justice. This is Letitia James. Letitia James has it all tied up in terms of indictments and subpoenas and potential prosecutions for the Trump adult children. They will be, the guides are saying, penniless. The Six of Wands, I'm feeling Eric especially. They have something on Eric Trump in terms of January 6th. Feels like something with Eric. Don Jr. too, but I'm picking up Eric more, which is odd to me. And the Nine of Cups, the Trump adult children, what I'm picking up from them is they're going to appeal to a foreign friend. I'm getting overseas. I'm getting, they might have a Saudi friend that they're going, well, it makes sense when I think about Ivanka and that Jared got $2 billion from the Saudis. And I'm just thinking, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you know, is trying to make this big hubbub, this big fiasco, fake fiasco, around Joe Biden's illicit activities overseas with finances. She's just making it up. Let's just be clear. Be absolutely clear. Speaking of Marge, let's see. It's kind of lonely being here without you guys talking back, but that's how I used to do things. I used to not do lives, so. Let's look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. How's she faring? We definitely, I did start talking last night about the situation, that we're in an absolute emergency in America in terms of guns, and I'm going to read on Marjorie Taylor Greene first, but what's happening is they actually end up, the party of fascists actually ends up siding with the shooter and the killer. They either do that or they pretty much look for characteristics of the shooter that are like an immigrant or liberal views or trans or so. This is about Marjorie Taylor Greene, but I'm also thinking about the shootings and how she's responding to that. Marjorie Taylor Greene, this is the Devil card. And I'm picking up on Orban here. So I feel like Marjorie Taylor Greene is in communication with Orban. Last night I mentioned in my very short live that Carrie Lake was in Hungary hanging out with Viktor Orban, who has the playbook on how to take over democracies and turn them into autocracies. Pay attention. Do not go back to sleep. Stay woke. This is about Marjorie Taylor Greene, though, and these are bad cards for her. The Devil, the Nine of Swords, she has a bad week coming up. It's Tuesday. The High Priestess, she's continuing to attempt to hold on to secrets, and the Karma card's coming up. The universe will have its way with Marjorie Taylor Greene. There's too much evidence for her to hide. I think I say the same thing every single time I read on her. I pick up on a lot of Jack Smith energy. Just that he has the goods, just that he has the evidence. Okay. For some reason, I want to go to Matt Gaetz next. I'm just kind of going with the energy. Matt Gaetz. Not that I want to be in Matt Gaetz energy because it's heinous, but let's see. Well, just think of the noise as music. It's the music of spring. Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz is he's really tired of having to cover up his lies and his crimes. I mean, it's just exhausting, is what I'm saying. It's not like he regrets it. The Ten of Pentacles. There's a lot of money. Matt Gaetz money. Matt Gaetz money. Matt Gaetz money. I feel like there's going to be a tracing of the money that's come to Matt Gaetz to illicit sources. I'm seeing a lot of back and forth with justice. Like, well, where did he get this money? And where did he get that money? And the guy just saying something about voting and voting like suppression, that Matt Gaetz is connected to some kind of a voter fraud situation is what I'm picking up there. And the Nine of Cups, he continues to avert justice. Matt Gaetz continues to escape justice because I feel like his dad is just paying off people. But I do feel like that's going to be, we're going to hear, the guides are showing me that that teen sex trafficking situation that he should have been held accountable for. Actually, I feel like I'm allergic to something around here. I feel like that the payoff from the sex trafficking scenario that Matt Gaetz was involved with is going to be highlighted. It's gonna have, there's gonna be a spotlight on it. Like why did he not get prosecuted? And people are starting to find out. Investigators are starting to find out that actually the prosecutors, there was some kind of deal that happened where they hushed it. They made it go away. That's about Matt Gaetz. So there are connections to him and voter suppression. I'm picking up corruption on in the election in Florida. Now, I want to look now at Greg Abbott. I'm going to look at Greg Abbott. I'm going to look at the aftermath of these shootings and what that's going to mean for Greg Abbott. It's come to a point where he is being, dereliction of duty puts it mildly. He's damaging to his constituents, Greg Abbott. He's not taking care of his constituents. He's diverting funds that should go to the people, Greg Abbott. He's diverting them to like the border and places where it's not really needed. Greg Abbott has really crossed over to a place of overt criminality. He's doing many things that we would deem illegal. Greg Abbott is acting like he's a king. He's acting like he's a dictator. And we're going to take a look at what is going to happen with the people in Texas. Are they going to rise up? I do see Beto's energy coming up. And we can read on that too. So Greg Abbott, thank goodness, I think the lawnmower moved again and is not coming back. But we'll see. If it comes back and it's right at my front door, I won't be surprised. Greg Abbott. The star is the United States. Yeah, the illicit money that Greg Abbott has been dealing in, NRA, is being discovered. This is the star card. This just reminds me. This lady's naked in the star card, and it just reminds me that when I used to be on Facebook, they actually banned my video. Oh, her hair is covering her. Anyway, they took it down. That was a long time ago. Anyway, Greg Abbott. The money from the NRA, I'm seeing Sheldon Whitehouse all over this. The money from the NRA is going to be tracked, connected to Greg Abbott, and the Page of Pentacles. Greg Abbott is going to get news that he's being watched. That the Justice Department has a very astute eye on Greg Abbott right now. So I see him under investigation big time. And I also see, the guys are showing me petitions in Texas, and that kind of shows me that the petitions to get him ousted seem to be going around right now. So that's Abbott, and he's actually encouraging, I mean, we got to look at it this way. Greg Abbott is encouraging gun violence. Greg Abbott is the one that was responsible for the police officers not rushing into Uvalde going on a year ago, and all those kids perished. Greg Abbott he's an extreme racist. He's a white supremacist, and that's, you know, that's not something you need a psychic to tell you. It's obvious. Okay, so I'm going to probably shut this down in a few minutes because that's a little annoying, and I'll be back tomorrow. And as soon as I go off the air, I'm going to notice that thing has gone away. It's Mercury retrograde! Usually it doesn't affect me much, but this time around has been like just slightly annoying. We're going to take a look at Donald Trump's run for president. I can't even believe those words come out of my mouth. Donald Trump's run for president. Let's take a look. The High Priestess continues to come up today. Highly challenging. This is a Five of Wands. This is about Donald Trump's run for president. He's holding secrets, of course, but this is the DOJ is holding secrets too about what they're about to do. The Five of Wands, Trump has a lot of challenges facing him in this run for election, this presidential run. And the Tarot card indicates that it's going to be extremely disrupted, his run for president. Extremely disrupted. Extremely disrupted. Those are the words that just popped in. All right, I'm gonna call it a video. I'm gonna see if I can upload this, and I just wanted to give you a quick check-in. I would keep going, but that's really between the Wi-Fi issues and this ridiculousness, I'm kind of getting a sense that I need to just shut it down for the time being. I love you guys. Please, to book a reading, I'm booking readings for next week, psychicannetteDion.com, and right there you can find everything else that I'm up to. I will come back before I leave Maine, so we'll see you soon. Please, to join 20 on Tuesdays, our guided meditation for a healed America. That's tonight. Go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com and put your email address in where it says 20 on Tuesdays. And I think the lawnmower just shut down, but I'll see you soon. Namaste.